It is. Excuse me. It's on. Oh dear.
It is on.
All right, transit.
Ladies and gentlemen, may the force be with you. For this is Fulya and Productions podcast.
Tomorrow. But at the time of recording, tomorrow. But today.
Today.
Or in the
Yes.
future that we are late.
Yes, time is a construct, isn't it? Just.
Lunchtime doubly so.
Cue the music.
No. Yep.
I don't know what we're yelling about! We came, we saw, we kicked its ass!
Finished. I know, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Conversation anyway.
Look, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
Hello.
Do. Hello.
I'm a Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya Kantarmaja.
And can't believe it's still autumn, Michael Lister. I'm cold.
And you're now experiencing a podcast girlfriend.
Experiencing it because it's cold. I don't like the cold. It's wet and cold and disgusting. Blah.
Yes.
It hasn't been like that the rest of the week, though. What a quick change in weather.
I was like, oh, it's May? Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, May. You said May.
May or may not.
Let's get rid of this nice weather you've been having. Yeah. Anyway, that's fun. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, everyone, aka the Weather Channel. Let's kick it off with the weekly watchings. Take it away, Fulya.
Yes, hello, hi. I've been watching some anime. Hasn't been One Piece, unfortunately, so I'm gonna just pop that aside for now. I will give you more updates when I do get back to it. However, I did watch the first season of an anime that has 2 seasons, and it's called Restaurant to Another World. And it's actually really cool. Bit of a fantasy, kind of a fantasy sci-fi-ish kind of anime. It's an isekai. It's essentially, a chef runs a restaurant that serves as a portal between worlds and a fantasy land between our world, so the Earth world, the human world, and the fantasy land. Every 7 days, a door appears in these respective fantasy worlds to this restaurant, and they come in and they dine on the food that is served at this restaurant. It is very tame, but it's really cool. I like it. It mostly revolves around this one restaurant. But then we get like little pocket stories about different characters from these fantasy lands. And it's actually kind of cool when you see all these different kind of characters, monsters and dragons and knights and kings and queens and whatnot. They all come into, like, they get this door. It's like secret, and they come in, they dine, and they've never had these earthly kind of human food before. So when they eat it, they're lighting up, and they're loving all these flavors that they're discovering for the first time. And every time they come in, they're ordering the same dish, like one after another. They just can't get enough of it. They're devouring these dishes, and it's actually kind of fun to watch. So it's nothing, crazy in terms of adventure or anything like that, but it's still really nice, kind of the dialogue that we're getting. It's got my favorite English dub voice actor in it, Christopher Sabat, who also voices Zorro in the English dub of One Piece.
Ooh.
Yes.
The dulcet
He-
tones.
And not to mention the fact that he's also the voice of Vegeta in Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, true. I thought I recognized that name. Yeah.
Yes.
No
That's-
way. So fucking Vegeta is Zoro. They're both the same.
Yes.
Isn't
Yep, same.
Sanji Goku as well? Or could I be wrong there?
I'm not sure. I didn't look into his voice actor.
Yeah.
He might
I'm gonna
be.
look it up
He
right
might
now.
be.
Who voices
but yeah.
Sanji in English? One
Chat
is-
GPT, hello. Or is it good old fashioned Google?
Eric Vale, I think. But there's other voices names here listed. Joseph Murray, David Moo, Paul Pistore are the English dub voices of Sanji One Piece. And Hiroaki Hirato is the Japanese one.
Okay. It might be like different arcs that they have a different voice for Sanji.
Maybe.
Potentially. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway, there
But
you go.
yeah, no, Christopher Sabat in this one, he's the chef. He's the head chef of this restaurant.
So he's not Sanji.
yeah. No, he's not Sanji. No,
No.
but he's playing a chef.
But he-
nonetheless.
But Zoro and Sanji hate each other in real life.
yeah.
Doesn't stop shippers from shipping them, but there you go.
But yeah, no. Restaurant to Another World is actually quite fun. Really enjoying it, and I will hopefully have finished season 2 by next week.
Nice.
But getting into the spirit of Star Wars, because it is Star Wars weekend, I have managed to at least watch 2 of the many films from the Star Wars canon. I have watched episode 1, The Phantom Menace, and episode 2, Attack of the Clones so
Oh,
far.
cool.
It has been many, many years since I last watched these movies. So watching it again has been really nice and refreshing in a way.
Mhm.
And just kind of like a reminder of the stories, essentially, where it kind of began, I guess, if you want to call it that. And then and just the performances of all these different actors in their roles, and a reminder of these characters in general. And I'm just now being reminded how whiny Anakin is.
Oh boy. I don't like
After
sand.
episode 2.
It's coarse.
It's rough and it's coarse. And it
gets
gets everywhere.
It's all Obi-Wan's
Oh.
fault. He's holding me back.
It's not fair.
Not
Oh,
fair.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
George Lucas and Hayden Christensen was not a match made in heaven at all.
Mhm.
But
Or
hey,
or the galaxy.
or in the galaxy, no. But it, I mean, it worked. It worked later.
Yeah,
it was
I
better. It was
guess.
better. It was better later. But
Rose-tinted glasses later.
rose tinted glasses, I guess. Yeah, I know he is better in Revenge of the Sith. From like, I watched that not too long ago. I don't think, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get around to that tomorrow. So I'll watch Revenge of the Sith
Nice.
tomorrow on May the 4th. So yeah, just kind of getting into the spirit of Star Wars a lot. Like I'm wearing my Star Wars hoodie. I'm wearing my
Woo.
Mandalorian t-shirt.
Nice.
In the lead up to the new movie that's going to be coming out very, very soon.
Oh, when's that?
Or
what is that?
The
Never heard of it.
Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, that's the wrong song.
Yeah.
But also in the spirit of Star Wars, I have started playing a game that is Star Wars for the first time, and that is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Nice.
I've never played it before. And let's just say I'm really enjoying it so far. The story is actually pretty cool. And being able to wield the Force and the lightsaber with a completely new character, which is cool. And a cute little droid called BD1. I like him. He's a very little 2-legged droid. And Yeah, it's interesting the way that they're doing the whole force thing, because there's a skill tree, and so you have to unlock certain certain skills using the force in order to actually use them in your battles and runs and stuff.
That makes sense, because isn't Cal a Padawan? Like at the time Order 66 happened, or
I think he was.
Okay.
He was in training. I don't think he got his full he didn't become a full Jedi.
oh, maybe he was going through the trials. I guess to
Potentially,
become
yeah, I think
to
he
become a
was.
knight.
Force sensitive
Yeah.
sort of thing. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, so far, pretty cool. I did get really annoyed at one boss battle towards the end of it. It's towards the end of my run until I stopped playing it. I was versing an ATST walker, and I did not know what to do and how to take it down. It took me a while to figure it out, but it took me probably about 5 or 6 tries, dying and respawning at the last save point and coming back and trying again, to the point where I almost threw my controller, but I'm like, I can't. This is a really nice controller. I will not do it.
Sounds
Not
like you.
rage quit.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to rewatch Empire Strikes Back.
Well, I will get there eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and I'm actually streaming this game, so I'm streaming it on my Twitch channel. So I've already
Cool.
Plug.
yeah
Plug.
and
Fuji.
yeah, so I've started playing. I started playing it yesterday, and for the rest of May, I will be continuing on with the playthrough until it's done. Because it's new. It's in my backlog. It's been in my backlog for so long. So I thought this would be a good time for me to jump into it. yeah, get it out of my backlog, and finish off a game. I have not finished a game in a little while now. I've just been starting games and not finishing them. I'm going back into my old habits. That's not good. Oh gosh,
Boring.
yeah. It's not even that. It's just, ooh, here, new game. All right, let's start it. Oh, another new game. All right, I'm going to start this one too. And now I've got like 4 or 5 games on the go.
On rotation.
Yeah, pretty much. But the last thing I want to mention that isn't Star Wars related and is something that me and Kendall got to watch this past week, it is video game related, by the way, is for The Exit 8.
Yes.
I'm so jelly.
Sorry, Mike.
Exit 8, the movie, which is the movie adaptation of the video game, was good. I enjoyed it. There were some jump scares, but it was tame enough that I was able to watch it through from start to finish and not be too scared from it and have nightmares.
I just need to add on that it was really cool that I had a moment where I'm sitting next to Fulya and these scary things are happening. Like, I'm watching a horror movie in a cinema with Fulya. What is life right now? It's so good. I'm like, she's come so far. I'm so happy.
What's even funnier is that I was the one who suggested watching this movie.
She was.
Yes, yeah. But I'm glad I got to watch the movie. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't like the story was, not here or there. It was okay. Yeah,
they did what they could.
Yeah, with what they had, but they were very faithful to the video game itself. I am very happy to say. But they also put their little spin on it as well. Like, there were aspects of this movie that aren't really present in the game itself. And I kind of like that twist that they did there. Cool. So Michael, I don't know if have you played Exit 8?
No.
Okay.
I just know of it.
Okay. I would recommend maybe just watching a playthrough. If you don't want to play it yourself, maybe just watch a playthrough on like YouTube just to see what it's about before going in to watch this movie itself. Because it's essentially just a game where you're going through a corridor and it's on a loop. Yeah. But you're going through this corridor trying to find anomalies.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's a spot the difference game.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Quest, where you have to do certain things so you can progress to the next thing. Yeah.
But in this instance, you have to go through it at least 8 times to then get to the exit.
Since the
Because it's
title.
Yeah.
exit 8.
I just googled it. If you like him, Markiplier has done a playthrough of it. He's a YouTube gamer that I enjoy watching.
Yeah,
'Cause I think
Markiplier.
I think he's quite funny, and he's got a nice voice, and he's cute. So just everything works. So, but yeah, I enjoy watching his reactions and stuff, and he plays a lot of horror stuff. But
Yeah,
that's his
Yeah.
bag. So
I know him
Yeah.
through like FNAF and all that.
yeah,
He's like,
Yeah.
I'm the king of Friday Night Friday.
Yeah, so Exit 8 is very much it's a walking sim anomaly game, but it's got a psychological horror thriller kind of a vibe to it. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. They did a very good job with it. So yeah, definitely worth the watch.
8 out of 10.
No, I probably wouldn't go that far. But yeah, that's all I've watched this past week.
nice. Lovely roundup, Fulya. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Mike, what have you been watching this week?
Well, I've been watching, and also I've been going analog as well. I've been reading because I joined a cult.
Oh no,
Oh my goodness.
Dungeon Crawler
Dungeon
Carl.
Crawler. Carl.
What is this?
It is, well, New
very
York
thick
Times
book.
bestseller. Yeah, it's a thick book. As also, there's multiple books in this series.
Oh, okay.
Because quite recently they've actually they're going to make a TV show with Peacock and Fuzzy Door, the Seth MacFarlane thing.
Oh yeah.
And and my feed has been going, hey, this is cool. It's like everything that you like in a book. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll just bite the bullet and see what happens and see what happens. It's really good. I mean, I'm only three chapters in, and it's first 10 pages. It goes right into what the story is all about, and it's great. It's fast paced. It's basically the world has been turned upside down, and it's like dungeon crawler. So it's like an RPG sort of Pathfinder D&D sort of thing happening, and it's also it's a bit like Ready Player One, but the main character is better and enjoyable. Because I did not like Ready Player One's main character, because I thought he was a bit of a dick from start to finish. And so that's been my journey so far. Just 3 chapters.
Is it like a choose your own adventure kind of a story, or is it like
no. It's more narrative driven, and
okay.
it's
linear. All
it's
right.
first person narrative.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Yeah. The main person who's divulging is the main character, so
Okay.
that's pretty cool. So he's divulging his stuff, and I'm going into it like fresh. I don't know much about it than basically that, and he's recently got what do you call it? He got he did the dumping, but he's now single. But he still has to look after his ex's cat, and somehow the cat is still with him throughout this entire adventure, which is great. So he's actually he really hates it's sort of a love-hate relationship with this cat, and I kind of like that. That this cat is sort of getting into mischief of stuff that's supposed to like happen through this narrative, but all the NPCs are sort of going, hey, what's going on with this cat? And there's also like achievements unlocked and all this other stuff. It's sort of a weird mixed bag, and I kind of like it. So, but that's just the first 3 chapters. So I'll read a bit more, and I'll tell you more about it. If it's
Cool.
It's a worthwhile thing, because a lot of people are saying, "Hey, this is good," and it's like, yeah, I see the appeal and hear it. So that's pretty good. Okay, my One Piece. I've been doing my 5 episodes a day. I'm up to 795, so I've almost
Holy
clocked.
crap. You're
8.
going to finish it before I even get to the time skip.
Yes. Yeah. Because I roughly got up to the time skip when the second season came out. So
Yeah.
So I'm way past that. But so almost up to 800, and I'll be pretty much up to date. Start of I think it's like the middle of July. So that I've found out. So that's pretty good. I'm up to it a bit where we're sort of learning more about Sanji's backstory that they sort of hinted at the end of the second season of the live action about his mum. Not up to that bit yet, but we are learning about his family and where essentially he came from, because all throughout we didn't know. Like, I thought he was like orphan sort of Annie sort of thing.
Yeah,
It just turned up. So it's going good. A lot of family drama. I really like that. And I'll just leave it at that until you're up to date with that.
Yeah, you're going to be waiting a while.
Well, once you,
I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, you're almost up to so you.
I'm almost at Fishman's Island.
Really?
I'm at 390, so almost 400.
390. Oh,
We found the mermaid.
They are going to Fishman Island, but they need to do stuff
Yes.
to
Yes.
Yeah. I know where you are now. Yeah,
Yep.
you're almost up to the Alapatico, and the awesome shot of Luffy doing an all. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
You learn about the hierarchy and that, and
All right.
can't wait for you to witness that and
Okay.
and just go, oh yeah, eat the rich. So because of that, because I've Crunchyroll, and I thought, well, I need to start watching a little bit more anime, I reckon. So I tried something new, and it's definitely different from my wheelhouse. I wanted to jump into something a bit more new and fresh, and a lot different from One Piece, which action adventure comedy. I decided to look around and see, what could I watch that could be a companion piece and something that I can just watch an episode or two. And I decided to go the romantic comedy route of anime. You probably know this. You probably won't know this, Fulya. And please don't judge me if you do know and judge me and all that. But I was recommended by Googling new romantic comedy thing that only has two seasons so far. I decided to watch. Why am I nervous? I decided to watch a show called My Dress Up Darling.
Yes.
Oh, you do know?
I do know this show. I love it.
Good. That's put me at ease.
And you're okay. It's fine. No judgments here.
Where are you up to?
I'm all caught up. I'm good.
Good. Because I did that in a week.
Yes.
I started out I'm in an R-ing if I was going to like this, and I really liked it. It actually
It's pretty funny.
It actually it's funny and it's sweet and it's adorable,
Yes.
and it's just what I sort of needed. And when I finished the second season, I wanted to know more where they're going to go, so I decided to read the rest of the manga.
Oh, wow.
So
You got so invested.
I got so invested with these characters. I love them to death, and I wanted to see if they work out.
All right, well, I've only watched the anime, so don't
Yeah,
spoil
yeah,
the
yeah.
rest.
because I read somewhere that the so-called third season is up in the air. They don't know if it was going to happen or not, and the second sort of the ending of the second season sort of ended with a new sort of added bit just in case they didn't make any more. And so, yeah, I just decided to read the rest of the manga, and I'm happy that I did, because I read the manga and it made me cry, because I knew where these characters come from, and they just work. So essentially it's opposites attract sort of thing. Like he is like shut in. He's all in his ways because he's a bit of a tragic backstory, but he lives with his grandfather, and there's reasons for that. And and she's the complete opposite. She's a recluse. No, not a recluse. The opposite. She's
outgoing.
She's outgoing. She's a little bit insufferable, but in a very touching and joyous way. And yeah, I was nervous to actually mention it because the first season is very raunchy.
Yes.
Like no apologetic of where it was going. It's like it's sort of very the anime fan service, as they say, is abundant in the first season. They do sort of tame it in the second season, which thank you. And it was more character driven with that thing.
Yes, absolutely.
And I will say that they are essentially high schoolers, like teenagers. So it is just a little bit off-putting, because considering I am a 30-year-old old man just watching this, and it's like, yeah, I kind of get it, but I'm here for the story. I bought the skin mags for the articles, that sort of thing. But
I like the plots. There's a lot of plots.
There is a lot of plot, and I really enjoyed it, and it's making me want to like watch more of that sort of thing. Because it's
I'm so glad.
Yeah, it sort of changed my brain chemistry in a way, because I'm a very cynical person, and I usually go to the jokes instead of being more sincere. So it's sort of and I'm happy that it did a thing that I was worried it was going to do, but it didn't, and I like that. I thought there may be like a love triangle sort of forming, but they didn't go down that route, and I've recently discovered I don't like that in my romantic stuff. Like that's why I couldn't really get into Dawson's Creek when my wife was watching it. It's like I don't know, because you're rooting for your favorite, and it's too
much drama.
Yeah, it's too much drama, and the only way to actually like combat that is if you become a polycule. And I don't think they will do that. Where everyone gets a piece, everyone is happy, and la la la. Yeah, just Richard, stick to one person at a time. But I'm pro polycule, so there you go. If you're poly want a cracker, and and I watched it, and it was very nice, and it's heartwarming, and it's very soft spoken, and I really like that.
Kendall, just so that you know, it's essentially the guy is very good at tailoring and making clothing, but he does it for Hina dolls. So like the Japanese dolls, they're very pretty, very fancy kind of looking dolls. But then the girl she loves cosplay, but she's not very good at making her own costumes. So they go to the same high school together, and they find out from each other that one likes cosplaying, doesn't know very well how to do any sewing. Yeah. And the guy is like, let me help you. And then she kind of really insists on it. And the cosplays that she chooses, this is why it gets a bit raunchy.
Okay.
Yes.
I see.
And I was actually quite surprised when they're doing like the cosplay stuff. They go in hard with the cosplay. They actually show like how to make a good cosplay. like,
And
like,
not just the costume; it's also the makeup and the
makeup.
hair.
it's like and teaching tricks like how to change the shape of your eyes by using tape. It's
Oh.
it was quite
And how
it's
to
quite
make
unique.
and if a girl wants to cosplay as a male character, how to make yourself look more male.
Yeah, and vice versa. It's actually
Yes.
Do they like the cosplays that she's dressing up as? Are they fictional characters within the world, or do they reference
think so.
existing?
they don't reference
sure.
they don't reference like other things, but they sort of
I'm pretty sure they're fictional.
they sort of do like an archetypical like sort of
Okay.
fandom.
Something that you would know that is like a cosplay kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like so like different sort of things. Like the first costume is a character from a dating simulator sort of thing, but it's more risque than that. And I'm gonna shut up about that. So
Hey, that's fine.
No, I love this. I love this so much.
yeah,
It's really
so
cool.
good.
So I've written a list of stuff that I'm gonna dive into. The next,
Can't wait to hear about it.
the next one is do you know Comey Doesn't Communicate?
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna start watching that one.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot tamer than
Oh
My
yeah.
Dress Up Darling.
a lot more tongue in cheek and a lot more juvenile.
Yes.
A little bit. So yeah, bit more tame. But I really enjoyed my Dress Up Darling.
Yay, I like your little
Nice.
anime adventure.
Yeah, I was actually quite surprised. It's like I needed some. I've got Crunchyroll, and I needed something that's very different from One Piece. Action adventure,
Yes.
slice of life, romantic
Yeah.
comedy.
And this is why I like, while I am watching One Piece as I go, I go and find the shorter kind of 1-2 season animes that are in genres that I like rom-coms, slice of life, fantasy, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, all those long-term ones, which I will get to eventually, like Naruto and all that. I'll just I'll get One Piece done, and then I'll do like either Naruto or My Hero Academia or whatever. Full Metal
My Hero
Alchemist, I don't
Academia
know.
recently just finished up.
Yeah.
The final episode happened this weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's boost up to
you
where
go.
it is. Right? As long as it's finished,
It's done. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty much done.
Devil May Cry. I don't know. But yeah, so now it's the Kendall stuff. Yep. Mall as well. I forgot to mention Mall. Up to date with Mall. It's going in more interesting places that I kind of like, and now I'm fully know where it is in the timeline. This takes place before Solo, the Han Solo movie. So this is before Crimson Dawn, and his involvement with the Crimson Dawn. So that's cool, and we might get a Paul Bettany voice cameo, maybe. I don't know. Ooh. Paul Bettany? Yeah, Paul Bettany. So that's good. But The Boys. I like this episode of The Boys where it's an anthology and it's following different characters and where they are. And yeah, MVP for Firecracker.
Oh man. Wow.
Wow, indeed.
That was something else.
Yeah. And a lot of parallels with what's been going on with the Trump administration as well. How far can we take this? And so it's weird and sad that Quickie had to come out and say it was 48 hours between when the episode came out where Homelander was going to say, "Yes, I am God," to from Trump saying, "Yes, I am Jesus." It's like it's hard to satirize when the world is like this, because
Yeah.
they were hoping for this would be more far-fetched than anything, but it happened. So, yeah, and even Firecracker was sort of cracking at the seams of her devotion to the Lord God Almighty. So, and that, you know, well, that's the thing. That's the thing about these sort of people. They'll use you until you're no longer useful.
Until you're inconvenient.
Yeah, or you say the wrong thing. Like,
say the wrong thing.
You should call me God, not man. Okay.
Oh,
So this is heading to a different thing, and I love the fact that we follow Buster for a bit.
Yeah, the dog. Yeah, that was fun.
What is he doing with that?
He's in love with Homelander. That's what he's doing.
No, the little doll thing. Gross, just gross.
Gross.
Yeah. What was the other thing that was in there? Oh yeah, the supernatural quasi meetup again.
It happened.
It happened.
It finally happened.
They made love.
No, pretty much the exact opposite of that.
They broke up.
Uh,
They exploded.
I know Fulya, I know you don't like violence, but I kind of want you to watch those scenes in this episode and like film yourself reacting to it. Because
jeez.
You don't have to know the context.
you don't need context. You'll be fine. But like, yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to say anything. It's Mike's time. I'm saving my notes for later.
That's
but
right.
Yes, it was great.
And I do appreciate all the cameos in this as well.
So cool. So cool.
Because if you think about it, the characters, the actors who are playing themselves, quote unquote, they are all part of like superhero sort of stuff. Like Seth Rogen was the not Green Lantern. He was a Green Hornet, and you got
Kumail Nanjiani
as I was trying. I can't remember his name. It's such a long time since Eternal.
The Eternal guy. I don't know.
The Eternal guy who got ripped, even though he didn't have a shirt off in that film. So
yeah,
there you go.
He got ripped for no reason.
He got McLovin from Kick-Ass as well.
Kick-Ass, yeah.
And he got MacGruber. And I love the fact that they reference MacGruber in this with Will Forte. Love it.
So funny.
Yeah. And that's also another thing that they're playing with the Red Scare of Hollywood. It's like, who is a communist sort of thing? It's like, who is a starlighter? It's like, I can see the parallels, the parallelograms. Yeah. 3 episodes until it's done. And we follow a dog that's humping a Homelander toy. I'm going to miss this show.
I'm going to miss it too. Yeah. It's nothing like this show on TV, really.
Yeah. Such a change from My Dress Up Darling. Anyway.
The contrast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Have I forgotten something? Yes, I have.
Oh,
Double D.
Double D's, baby. Double D's.
I do remember... not Dungeons and Dragons. Daredevil. I do remember Daredevil because it's the last thing I watched, just to make sure that I remember. And I really like this episode because Matt is in the courtroom, and he's finally back in the courtroom.
So good.
Yes, and Fisk is mentally not there, and stuff is happening. And sorry, I hit the mic because I'm so excited. Things are. Yeah, I can't remember how many episodes is left, but it's sort of
1.
Yeah, it's wrapping up. So
yeah,
big one at the end, and see what happens. Yeah, and I'm, goddamn, I hate the fact that I know what happens because they're filming season 3, and
and you've seen.
and I've seen what happens.
Oh, okay,
Anyway,
that's annoying.
it is annoying, but I'm glad that they're filling out what's been going on. So that's good. Yeah. I can't really think of anything else, so I'll just throw it to you, Kendall. What did you think?
Cool. Yes, Daredevil. I'll start with Daredevil. Yes, it was a really great episode. I really enjoyed it. I was kind of gripped the whole way. Fisk is losing his grip on New York and attempting to assassinate the governor, and now Bullseye is fighting for the right side, and it's like, what the hell?
Is he really?
I mean, he's only doing it probably because Matt didn't kill him. So
yeah, I paid my dues. Now I can.
And he said he wanted to do one good deed. So
yeah,
that's the good.
And he's
deed.
done his good deed. So
yeah,
what now?
What's he gonna do now? Exactly.
Scary.
Who knows? Yeah. So that's really interesting. Seeing Karen locked away, and I saw some post about it online somewhere about like the parallel between like this is how Karen was when we first met her in the original show.
Yeah, and that comes up. Her
yeah.
backstory.
Yeah. And they mentioned that scene with Heather Glenn in the cell, talking about, I actually look, I like that scene because both of these women have been through a lot and both of them have trauma and they're kind of using it as weapons against each other. But at the same time, I kind of also hated the fact that scene miserably failed the Bechdel test because they were basically talking about men the whole time.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, it's fine. It was still a good scene. Like it was, I mean, I'm definitely, I feel like they definitely didn't know what to do with Heather this season now that they've given up on her being with Matt, and now she's kind of gone crazy with the Muse thing, and then now she's just more and more losing control. So it's kind of interesting, but yeah, it was a good little scene, that one. But yeah, loved seeing Matt walk into the courtroom. That was epic.
So dramatic.
But like, I love the fact that they're like, let's fight Fisk the legal way. If he's gonna go the legal way to get Karen, then let's save her by doing the right thing. I thought that was really clever. But for me, the one thing I've been thinking about this episode, since I watched it, was Daniel Blake, rest in peace, making the sacrifice play the last minute to save BB. Wow, I cried actually. I wasn't expecting to cry. Like, I'm not surprised that he's left. He's been taken out of the show, but because he was definitely a character that was going to have to pay in some way for some of the things he's done, especially because he was straddling that morally grey line. And I kind of like how they kind of paired him with Buck this season a bit more. And then, Buck kind of struggles with whether or not he wants to pull the trigger in the end.
Or even continually doing it.
Yeah. And part of me thought for a half a second that it wasn't going to happen. And then he shoots him. Meanwhile, fucking Daniel's on the ground, like, practically begging him not to and, like, crying. Poor guy. And then he gets killed. And I'm just like, oh my. And I just was like, oh, fuck, they actually did it. Yeah.
I don't think don't want to poo-poo it, but he sort of accepts it at the end. It's like...
No, he did.
Yeah.
I think him and when he's trying to drag BB in to Buck.
Yeah.
And then she's begging, and that's the moment that he goes,
what am I doing?
When it comes, what am I doing? When it comes down to it, I'm not going to let this woman get killed. I'm going to, let her get away, and hopefully
give her time
to get away while I'm being murdered. Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, he does accept it. Like when he's in the room and talking to Buck about, you know,
Is it?
what's gonna like the fact that he said one of the last things he says to him is like, "This is gonna happen to you."
Yeah.
You're
How
gonna,
long?
you're
How long are you going to last until you're down on the ground like me?
Exactly. So, and that's what Buck's thinking about,
Hmm.
you know. So, yeah, that moment really stayed with me from that episode. Yeah. So, yeah, it was a great episode, and the finale is gonna surely be something else. So I'm looking forward to that. The boys.
Before we go,
Yes, please.
there was one shot of the Avengers Tower.
Oh, I missed it. I was actually looking at this. I was looking at the New York skyline, wondering where the Avengers Tower was, and I clearly didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I saw a little
That's my bad.
thing with the little thing with the nose. It's got. That there's the synergy.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I have to rewatch it and pay attention. Yes, very good. Thanks for pointing that out.
But Spider-Man cameo next week because
Yeah.
it's that sort of show, is it? No,
It's that short a show. Yes, The Boys was great. I'll get the fun stuff out of the way. Watching the Supernatural reunion was the highlight of the episode. I think just for the sheer chaos and the sheer joy it brought me, not only to see Jared and Jensen, but also Misha being there as well. And then, as Mike, you mentioned all the cameos from Seth Rogen and Kumail and Will and Christopher Mintz-Platz. Like it was great.
Agreed.
It was great. Just it was so funny. And then fucking what's his name from The Office was there?
Craig
Craig Davison.
Davison.
Yeah,
Thompson?
I think that's his name.
Yeah,
Craig Robinson.
Craig Robertson. Yes.
Sorry, apologies to Craig Robinson.
he's
How
brief.
dare
He's
I?
brief coming out of the toilet. Oh, hey.
Yeah, dead immediately. Yeah, that whole sequence was just. I was just like I couldn't stop smiling the whole time, and then I just couldn't stop laughing watching all the destruction that began to happen. Because like, how else was that going to end? As soon as they decided they were gonna go rogue, I'm like, no one's getting out of here alive. Yeah, fucking amazing. That was so cool. I was reading a few things about the filming of it and how apparently Jared and Jensen, it took them a few takes to kind of find the new dynamic because it's their first time filming something together, of course, since the end of Supernatural.
Yeah.
And they're not playing brothers here. They're playing, two superpowered individuals that are meeting for the first time. They've never met before. And, they're sort of at odds a little bit. And, yeah.
Really?
It was...
It looks like they've been like living together all their lives. They're bumping coke off the.
It was great. It was great. Fulya, I need you to watch it.
I will spoil it a little bit, but when Seth Rogen kicks it, there's there was like a thing going around. It's like after what has unfortunately happened, who's going to do the voice for Alan in The Invincibles? And then Robert Kirkman sort of wrote, as fortunately, Seth actually did all his voices for season 5.
Brilliant. Kudos. Absolute kudos. Yeah. Fucking dynamite. This is probably my favorite episode of The Boys, I should say, so far in this last season. And I would agree with you too, Mike, that I really liked the 10 Stories of Springfield approach.
the anthology of POVs.
The anthology. Yeah, all these little vignettes.
Black noir.
Black Noir oh my god. Black Noir doing a play where he's playing someone that isn't black. I can't remember what were they doing? They were doing a play about, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, it was something very famous and I'm blanking. But anyway, that was funny. And then they killed the fucking director. who's been around since the beginning of the show, and I was like, oh, R.I.P. to a real one.
Yeah. Loose tie-ins, and
yeah, they're tying up. They are tying up everything.
went out like dream catchers from Stephen King with the with the shit weasels coming through the toilet.
That was fucked. The deep man, fuck, he can be vicious when he wants to be.
Oh, yeah.
That was wild. But no, I really, like, you need to shout out Firecracker. Because pour one out for Firecracker, because I went from hating her because she's one of the most despicable people in this show to being sad that she was killed by the end of the episode. Because this episode, even though it's all these small vignettes, like, all the stories still kind of connect in a way. And so they do that really, really nicely. And yeah, but just like the way you are made to understand where she's coming from, what her history is, and how she's battling and basically having a crisis of faith, being like, I've been ordered. It is my job to now say that Homelander is God, and that is the biggest blasphemy to me, and I can't do it. But if I don't do it, I'm gonna die. He's gonna kill me. Like, I will actually die. And so that scene where she does the truth bomb show scene, where she has to put her old pastor and her church in Florida on blast for being starlighters
In the crosshairs.
Yeah, definitely caught in the crosshairs, and yeah, and worse things. That sequence was insane, and I really need Valerie Curry to be nominated for every single award she possibly can, if not win, please, because that was the performance of the season so far for me. Like, that was incredible. And then Homelander basically killing her because, she was refusing to sell the lie that he's a god, and also I think because she fucked his dad. So there's also that that kind of came out, and I'm like, Soldier Boy kind of had a hand in getting her killed. So that wasn't great, but yeah, incredible stuff. Incredible. I've also been thinking about that, like, these two characters that have done some really bad things, and they both died this week, and I'm just like, why am I sad? It's just the mark of great writing and great performance.
And empathy. You're a good person.
And empathy. Yeah. I should also just jump back to Daredevil and shout out Michael Gandolfini for being absolutely great as Daniel Blake in this show, in Daredevil Born Again. Yeah, awesome performance from him. Definitely takes after his father, that's for sure. All right, moving on to some other stuff. I watched a couple of movies this week. Fully's already mentioned one, Exit 8. Went to the cinemas and watched that. I haven't played the game, but it was really nice to hear, as Fully has said, that it's a faithful adaptation of the game. And I will say, it was kind of frustrating, and parts, like, in a good way, because you're like, the guy is walking down, and there's a clear anomaly in sight, and he notices the anomaly, but he doesn't turn around and walk back straight away. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What you want to get out of here, man? You gotta fucking move. And he just kind of, I was a lot of internal screaming watching this movie. But apart from that, like, it was great. It was like really engaging, really unsettling and atmospheric, and the jump scares were few and far between. They weren't very often, but when they happened, they were very effective. And just sort of digging into the lore of what this thing is, whatever it is, and how, if what happens, what might happen to you if you don't make it out, basically, is what is implied. And what happens to you anyway as you journey through, and that every level is different. Even if you get to level 5 again, like exit 5 again, it's not going to be the same anomaly, and it's either going to be something completely life-threatening, or just something really small. And I loved the subtle details of, like, you know, putting things in the background that the character doesn't see, but we do. And that was really cleverly done. And then I like how they kind of gave them the characters that we follow in the story. They, you know, the backstory they gave them and stuff, and the way that everything kind of connected there. I really liked, because I'm guessing that stuff isn't in the game.
No,
I feel like
no.
yeah, because it's a first
It's
person
literally because
perspective.
you are the only person
Yes.
going through it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're not playing someone that has a backstory. You are playing as yourself, essentially. Yeah. So they kind of had to come up with something to kind of make it interesting and engaging. I think they succeeded. So yeah, Mike, we really look forward to you watching this one. I reckon you'll like it a lot. It definitely makes me want to play the game. Because it kind of feels like a puzzle game, sort of, too.
It is.
But
yeah.
you've already seen a
Yeah.
walkthrough.
And yeah, I have seen a walkthrough on the big screen.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
going to
so-
say a lot of the anomalies that they added into the movie. Most of it is from the video game, but there were some that weren't in the movie that were in the video game. Some of the ones that they did use from the video game was maybe changed up just slightly so that it wasn't exactly the same, but it was still a bit different.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm just gonna, because Kendall will know what I'm talking about, but the posters.
Yeah.
So the posters in the movie is different compared to the game, but it's essentially the same layout.
Okay. So they
It's
just
the same
changed
layout.
The
They've just changed the posters.
Okay.
That anomaly with those posters is a bit different to what it is in the game. But I
Okay,
kind of like what they did. I kind of
Yeah.
like what they did with this one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I liked that too.
Yeah.
I also liked that the poster art for the film is the Infinity Loop 8
Yes.
artwork, and then it's
Yes.
featured, and then it's featured as one of the posters, like, because it's actually it is an artwork by that guy Escher that's in the movie, which is really cool. So yeah, definitely recommend. I would give it I would happily give it a 7 out of 10, if not a high 7, because
I would probably say about that too.
Yeah, I think the only thing that hurt me was the pacing, I think. Because it was 95 minutes and it was a long 95 minutes. But apart from that, yeah.
Well, I
enjoyed it a
guess
lot.
the only at least for me, the only reason why it felt long is because it's slow. It's a slow moving.
It is a slow
movie.
burn. Yeah. So maybe I was just like, ooh, 95 minutes, it'll be punchy, and then I just kind of that threw off my expectation a bit. Maybe.
Yeah.
So that's
Because
probably my
I
fault.
guess it's kind of like it's almost like you are the viewer of a streamer or something, you are the person who's playing the game.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how they bring you in.
And when you're playing the game, you do actually take your time to see whether you can pick the anomalies. And so of course that's probably why they wanted, and not to mention I think it's also like they're trying to build the tension as well, so that when a jump scare does come up in the whatever scene is there, it's a bit more effective in a way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, well, it was, definitely, they did a very good job of executing all that. And then just one other quick thing I thought I'd mention. And I watched an older film as well with the boyfriend this week. Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
By Stanley Kubrick. Featuring a young Vincent D'Onofrio.
Very young.
Very young Vincent. That was really cool. Like I'm coming around on war films. You know, I like war films more than I used to years ago. When I was younger, I was I found it all very like heavy and boring and stuff, unless it was focusing on the human fallout side, like, you know, your Schindler's Lists and and movies like that.
Yeah.
But watching war films, you know, I've seen Apocalypse Now, I've seen Saving Private Ryan, obviously seen Dunkirk in 1917, and the recent version of All Quiet on the Western Front, which I still say is probably one of the best war films I've seen ever. But Saving Private Ryan is probably the best one, for my money. But anyway, this movie, it just really, Kubrick just really has a vision and a style, and he just executes it so well. And I looked it up, but I can't remember if, I think it's his daughter does the score for this movie. And because I loved the score, I thought the score was amazing. It was very moody and very minimalist, but it was just super effective. So yeah, and she did that movie and then something else, but she had like lots of bit parts in all of his films, and then she never did anything else. I'm like, wow, okay, good for her, I guess. But yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio is like, holy fucking Jesus. Like everyone talks about his role in this movie because it's kind of the most memorable part of the film, really, because the film is kind of split into two parts. You've got because it's set in the Vietnam War era is where we're at, and the first half is, you know, boot camp, drill camp, where they've been drafted, recruited, and now they're getting their military training, and that's the first half of the film, and that's probably the better half of the movie overall, because it's the most intense and it's the most like psychological kind of thing. And then you get the second half of the film, which is actually when they go to Vietnam and you see they're deployed, and it's a very unromantic look at the war, a very like, this is how fucked everything was look, which makes sense from Kubrick to do something like that, and especially because, you know, this movie came out in the late 80s, and, you know, like 15 or so years after the war ended, but like it's still very fresh, you know, in the minds of America and the world. And it was a war that nobody really seemed to, I mean, no one likes war, but like you really feel that like the Vietnam War was like pointless, like, because America didn't win, you know. So
it wasn't a war, it was police action.
Yeah, it was an occupation.
Yeah.
So it was a really good look at like just how brutal the American occupation of Vietnam was, and what the soldiers did, and what the Vietnamese were doing. And Adam Baldwin's in the movie as well. Matthew Modine from Stranger Things, he plays the main character. Really, really cool. But yeah, Vincent D'Onofrio just going fucking ape shit and just losing his mind because of the way he was treated and bullied and abused by everybody, because he was a little slower than everyone else. And then the drill sergeant's like, I'm gonna punish everybody else because you can't complete and you can't follow orders and you can't do this, so everyone else is gonna suffer. And then there's this just one really harrowing scene where in the middle of the night the entire like battalion they put soap bars and socks and they thump him, and it was a really fucked up moment in the movie. And then I was just like, okay. And then from there it just went, yeah, it's a fucked up movie, but it was really good. And just, you know, shit like that would have happened. And it's scary to think about. War is just fucked. It's really fucked.
War never changes.
War never changes. Yeah, I'm glad to have seen it because I have not watched all of Kubrick's films, and I really need to watch more of them. So
there's not many, but they are memorable.
They are, definitely memorable. All right, that's the epic weekly watchings for this week. Let's dive into our not so epic look at the week that was in the nerdy news.
This is the news in nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
Okay, nerdy news time. We've only got a couple of things to talk about. The first one is of particular interest to us. So, the Crown series on Netflix that we've all watched, it looks like it might be getting a prequel. Unconfirmed from Netflix. This is just Hollywood rumors. But apparently Netflix has reportedly agreed a $500 million deal for a prequel to The Crown. And this is basically going to follow on from the death of Queen Victoria. And so we're going to get to see the previous monarchy leading up to the coronation of Elizabeth, essentially, or her wedding to Philip. And Peter Morgan is, of course, returning to write and produce this one. Makes all the sense in the world, considering he's kind of the go-to guy for royal adaptations in film and television. But yeah, I'm really interested in this because I don't really know too much about that time. I've seen the King's Speech, obviously, that talks about, Elizabeth's father and, the speech impediment he dealt with and what that was like during the war and all of this. And, Queen Victoria reigned for so long, like similarly to Queen Elizabeth II. Like she reigned for a long time from when she was very young till her death. So it would be interesting to see what, like, similar to today, like, having Elizabeth II pass and dealing with what life is like now, like with Charles as president, Charles is king. But now we get to see, like, okay, what was it like 100 plus years ago when they're dealing with, okay, we have to get used to a new ruler, essentially, and what that looks like, especially at the turn of the century. So yeah, apparently it's been in the works for a while. So I'm definitely going to be checking this out when it happens, if the stories are true, when and if it happens. Yeah, because The Crown was great. So, and it'll be interesting if they do decide to back it up into the first season of The Crown. Will they bring back some actors? Like, will Claire Foy reprise her role like she did in the final season of The Crown, or will they just use the same footage, like have her and then, like, maybe Jared Harris comes back as King George. So who knows what's going to happen? But yeah, very interested to see how it plays out. Fulia, are you interested in this for more Crown related content?
Oh yeah, look, I am always interested. I really enjoyed watching the main series, The Crown, and there was just a lot of fascinating things that came out of it and learning, even though it was a bit more of a heightened reality version of, but it was still really interesting to learn a bit more about what the goings on is within the family and the monarchy, and then just like I'm kind of curious a bit more about what Queen Victoria was like. And we have seen quite a few, movies or shows in the past that have come out that have been about Queen Victoria, but maybe not so, maybe not as realistic, maybe. So this might actually be a little bit more accurate in a sense to what we would have gotten in a lot of the other movies and shows that we've seen in the past. Although I will say I haven't really seen, I don't think I've maybe seen one of them, but I don't think I've seen many. But yeah, I am interested to learn more about the monarchy and how we had two queens essentially in the last couple of 100 years. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to learn more about that sort of stuff. So I'm ready for more, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yes, very good to hear. Mike, what about you? You were sort of a later comer to the Crown, weren't you?
Yeah.
If I'm remembering correctly. How do you feel about watching some more British royal family drama.
Well, I haven't finished it.
Ah,
I finished around about the 80s, and I thought, yeah,
okay.
I was around then, so I don't need to watch this.
That's fair.
But yeah, cool that they're going back to like other things. Yeah, I think there is an actual like not necessarily connected canon of movies and TV shows that people have like clabbed together of what the royals were, starting with like William and all the way to Elizabeth. Will I watch it? I don't know. But no doubt my wife will, because she likes like the story of the royals. Like not too long ago, she actually rewatched the Tudors with Henry and his wives, because she watched the musical The Six, if you know that one, about Edward's 6 wives and how this musical was focusing more on them instead of, you know, fat man with gout. It was an all meat diet, and they wondered how they died so young, because he basically gorged himself to death. It's fun. Yeah, probably the only thing that I can probably say for Queen Victoria is the Doctor Who episode of Tooth and Claw, where we get to find out that the royal family are actually all werewolves. So I know that much. So when is this coming out, Kendall? Can't hear you.
Well, we don't know when it's coming out. Because just to clarify, Netflix haven't released any official announcement around it, but this is just a little of a Hollywood gossip that's happening.
I think I think what they should do is like turn The Crown into an anthology series where they're continually going backwards.
Just keep going back all the way to William the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? All right. We've got one more thing to discuss in the news, and I find this really, really interesting, and I kind of am keen to hear your guys' take on it, because the Academy Awards, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, if I'm getting the name correct, have announced some changes to the rules of the Oscars, and the biggest of them all, I think, is the change to the acting categories that they've made. So basically, you know, like we've seen in recent years, actors being nominated twice in the same night. I mean, like maybe one of them's in a lead and one's in supporting. Well, that's still going to happen. However, we might now see actors getting nominated in the same category for 2 different roles. So they've said that an actor may be nominated for multiple performances in the same category if those performances place in the top 5 votes. And that is bringing the acting category apparently in alignment with the rest of the other awards, because apparently that's what all the other all the techie ones do. That's how you sometimes see, like, you know, a lot of the same people getting nominated for, like, you know, the, you know, visual effects or cinematography or whatever it is. Now it's going to happen in acting. So, you know, we could see Leonardo DiCaprio or Timothée Chalamet or Emma Stone getting nominated for 2 different films in the same category. So that's going to be really interesting going forward. And then the other cool thing, there's 2 other cool things. The second is the international feature category is slightly altering in 2 ways. One, they used to be able to, the way they would get nominated is if the film was being selected by the country. So like, say if France was like, we want to put this film forward as a representation of our country's film industry. That's the way it has worked. Now, they're still going to do that, but basically they're actually going to also take into consideration films that win at major festivals. Like if they win the big awards at like Cannes Film Festival, Berlin, Sundance, like all these major festivals that, you know, the awards are, you know, not taken lightly there, but it's really cool to see that they're actually going to be in consideration. And the other thing as well is it's not going to be the country that wins the award. It's going to be the director that gets to keep the Oscar, and it's going to have the director's name on it. So it's not going to be, even though it is a foreign film that's made in India or China or Belgium or wherever it is, that's not the point of it anymore. It just means that, like, this is a film from this country that happens to be from this country, and it's been nominated for an award. So it's going to kind of open things up in a really big way, which I think is really cool. And then the other thing, and as creatives on this podcast will be very happy to hear, the Academy has come down hard on AI, anti-AI, and they will not be accepting any AI-related performances or any AI-related scripts or anything. So hats off to them for making that announcement. I didn't see any additions to like visual effects in terms of AI usage, because obviously that's a big thing too. But yeah, the big thing, obviously, because, you know, recently in Hollywood, there's, you know, someone has invented an AI actress and are trying to get them work, and everyone's like, what the fuck? Including myself. This is just bonkers. That AI generated person will not be ever able to win an Oscar. So yeah, really, really cool that they've kind of done that as well. But yeah, there's a few other changes to little ones to different categories, but it's not as really interesting. Just sort of making sure that, like, the people that are in that branch of the Academy do the work in order to be eligible to vote in that category, essentially, is a lot of that. So, but yeah, 99th Oscars happening next year. It's going to be an interesting award season, given what happens in this year in film. Could be a very interesting ceremony. But yeah, very cool changes. Fulya, do you have any thoughts on this? What do you feel about the fact that you could see the same person nominated more than once in the same category? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, that just means that particular actor is gonna, their odds are increased in winning an Oscar regardless of whether it's for one film or the other now. So that's kind of what that's telling me. I guess it's kind of good in a way, because if they have been working throughout the year and they've done multiple projects, and if, you know, say two of them were nominated for an Oscar and they happen to be the lead role in both, I guess it's nice to be acknowledged, the fact that they've put in the work for that nomination to even happen. But at the same time, it's taking away from other actors who would deservedly should be nominated as well, and to give them a chance to be part of that category. So
potentially could happen.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on the fence about it, to be honest. Like, it's good, but it's also not so good. I don't know how it's gonna go in the next Oscar ceremony, so I guess we'll just have to find out and see what happens. I mean, I guess that means that maybe it's just a way of trying to push more work with some of these actors if they want to do more, or I don't know. Like, I'm in two minds about it right now. That it just seems a bit strange. Yeah.
No, that's fair, but good for the, you know, the other stuff, right? Like, especially the AI.
Yes.
Change.
The whole idea of the no AI, a lot of, and I'll say it from my video gaming side of things, a lot of award ceremonies, especially indie game award ceremonies, have declared on, publicly that they don't want to, they will not nominate or any games that have any kind of AI use in their video game, whether it is generative or if it's just used as in another way, is not eligible to be nominated for an award in their ceremonies, which I applaud them for that, and putting that forward, because we don't want to see generated art, AI generated art. We want to see people's hard work be recognized for whatever the category may be. So in the instance of the Oscars, with regards to like movies and TV shows, it's cool that they're implementing this. I would like to know whether it does include visual graphics or motion graphics or special effects and stuff, because I feel like that's where a lot of the AI is going, even though like companies are using AI as a tool for like efficiency sake. It's a fine line between using it for efficiency but then also just being lazy about it. I just hope they stick to their guns and just go with human made stuff, like just keep it all human made, don't use AI at all. I'm a bit iffy about AI generation myself. I have dabbled in it a little bit just out of curiosity to see what it can and can't do and all that sort of stuff. But I guess it sort of comes down to, well, it's not going to be perfect. It's definitely not going to be perfect. So it's just, and I know that humans aren't perfect either. But like, what's the point of the AI if they're not going to be perfect in the way that they generate whatever it is they're generating, So yeah, it is one of those kind of very controversial topics, to say the least. But I am happy that at least the Oscars have turned around and publicly announced that they don't want AI in any of the films that get nominated. So kudos to them for at least mentioning it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your thoughts, Fulya. I appreciate that. Mike, what do you make of this? These changes? Do you reckon they're for the betterment of the awards, or what do you think?
I think it would be the benefit for it, because who knows what's going to happen like in a couple of years or even next year, really. I can see like a lot of AI companies like probably throwing a hissy fit and says, well, we're going to make our own reward shows. And it's like, okay, good. All right, do that. Do it before the AI bubble bursts, because that's slowly becoming a reality of where that's going to go. And who knows what's going to happen next year. Hopefully, because a lot of people are cotton on. It's like, well, this stuff looks soulless and they don't want to have an even bar of it. And this has come from normies as well. Just like, this looks strange and weird. It's like, why? And you said it. It's not exactly perfect, but it's also not good either. There's like all these cartoons. It's like this, like the biggest thing of trying to generate a scene that looks like Studio Ghibli, but it just has washed out, and it doesn't look good. And I applaud them actually putting a line and saying, it's like, no, we're cutting all that out. It's got to be done by humans and only by humans. And with the visual effects, that's probably harder to regulate, because that is like a computer generated sort of thing, and you can never know, and it'll probably always something falls down the cracks, and then they say, hey, that was AI. It's like, oh, we didn't know, because it's not our field. So that's probably going to be more regulated by themselves than like award shows. And you don't have to rely on reward shows anyway, because people know my feelings on award shows and everything like that. But I kind of get the idea of actors being nominated in the same reward but with different roles, because sometimes they do two good performances, and how often would that actually happen? Probably not all the time. Otherwise, probably the disadvantage is how many category slots there are, and if one person is taking up two, then it will be less of a broad church of who would get the reward. And as I said, how many times would that actually happen? Depends who's good enough to do it, but who knows? Yeah, and the foreign films, I kind of like that idea, because sometimes it's if it's relying to the government of the day of that particular foreign country. Like, we're a foreign country, so if Australia, if the Australian government says we want this movie to represent us this year, and it could be like a piece of shit, and you know, and then we say, oh, why don't you have Wolf Creek? Because that's an awesome film. And say, no, it's this. We don't want that to represent us, because that's very anti people coming to Australia, because backpackers might die. So it's not a good look. So I can see probably the thing with that. But once you have the added bonus of it being other reward shows doing their sort of run with that particular film, I kind of like that, because it's not necessarily everything is done by Hollywood. Everything's done in America. It's sort of making it more of a broad, worldly sort of thing, being more what do you want? Yeah, it's more of a global sort of thing when it comes to cinema, because cinema is a global thing. Like, there are different films, and there's different cultures that need to be represented, and sometimes if you go by the Academy Awards of different movies, I haven't seen that, I'll probably give that a go, and you probably never heard of it. So it's more eyes on particular cinema. So I kind of like that, as being more broad with it. But will I watch it? I don't know. Maybe not. Depends if I'm working or not, because last time I watched it, I wasn't working. I just turned on the TV and just did housework, and just every now and again I sort of laugh at a Conan O'Brien sort of thing, because that was fun. And I was there when Sinners won, so I'm happy.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that was a good film.
Indeed, it was.
So when is the award shows for next year, Kendall?
Yes, I think the Oscars is going to be in March again next year, that I've seen. So
it's not going to be May.
Is that going to be May? No, that's Eurovision's time to shine.
Okay.
Eurovision's in 2 weeks. I'm very excited.
Did they kick out?
Nice.
No, never mind. I don't want to be political right now.
All right, let's wrap up the nerdy news and roll on up to the trailer park.
Trailer park.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. He has.
Okay, it's trailer park time. We only have 2 trailers. 2 bits in the news, 2 trailers.
There are 2 trailers.
2 trailers. 2 trailers. The first one, I'm sure, pulled at our heartstrings a little bit. This is a documentary that's going to be on Netflix very soon, and it is called Marty, Life is Short. And of course, it's about the wonderful man that is Martin Short. yeah, this looks like it's going to be really great, but also probably going to make me cry because Catherine O'Hara is in this, and obviously she's no longer with us, and this might be one of the last things she kind of participated in before she got sick. So really just great to have her here, and just I really loved seeing all the just the home video footage and like behind the scenes footage from like Second City stuff, and just clearly like home movies just at Martin's place,
Sorry.
of him interacting. And I like that quote from Steve Martin at the start where he's like, you invite Martin Short to a party, it's going to be a great time, and then if he doesn't come, you just cancel the party. I thought that was really, really fun. Yeah, and yeah, just really cool to watch this and see the love that they all have for each other. It's so cool that they've all, they all came up together, all these incredible comedians, and they've all, stayed friends and stayed close and are in each other's circles and each other's lives and each other's projects. And to have this piece of film to just pay tribute to Martin Short while he's still with us as well is just really lovely and really sweet. I mean, Steve Martin's had his documentary, and I still need to watch that as well. But yeah, it would be nice to sit down and see what Marty's all about. See what Marty's all about. And he dresses up is it Jimmy Glick? Is that the name?
Jiminy
of the guy?
Glick, yeah.
Yeah, he dresses up as him again in a more recent time, with that gloriously and unnaturally round, large 5 chin.
Goethe.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this for sure. Fulya, what did you think of the trailer for Marty Life is Short?
I cannot wait to watch this. I'm a big fan of Martin Short. I've also seen the Steve Martin doco as well. So naturally, of course, they would do his comedic partner in career, Martin Short, and he is hilarious, and like there couldn't be anything that you would think that things have happened in his life that haven't been that good. But everybody has bad days in their life. Doesn't matter who you are. So it's nice that they're giving us like a little glimpse into his life, and like you said, a lot of the home video footage that we're going to be seeing behind the scenes, into his home, into his family's life.
Martin's place.
Martin's place. And yeah, just like hearing from other performers about who Martin was and is back in the day, how he is now, and yeah, just getting a glimpse and being a bit nostalgic about a lot of the stuff that he has done in the past. I hope they touch on the Three Amigos like they did in the Steve Martin one. I really want to hear from him on his side about that stuff too, because I love that movie. It's so funny.
It is a great movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Nice.
We are the Three Amigos.
Yes. Oh, which one are we?
Oh no.
Go on. Which one's Chevy? Which one's Chevy?
Yeah.
Well, I'm the shortest one here, so I'm.
So you're Martin. You're Martin. Is what
I'm
you're saying.
Martin.
And it's a fight between you and me, Kendall.
No
Oh my
comment.
gosh. Yeah.
One of us-
Anyway,
One of us gets to be on Community.
And one of us
Yes.
gets to be Steve Martin.
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to Mighty Life is Short. It's going to be great, and there's probably going to be many cries, emotional roller coaster of a doco, but looking forward to it.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that, of course. No surprises. Mike, I'm sure you are interested in checking this out. How are you feeling about this trailer?
Yes, I will be checking this out. Yeah, it's kind of strange that all these docos are sort of coming out all at once.
Yeah.
Because I also want to mention the John Candy
Yes, of
doco
course.
as well, which he was part of as well, and Catherine O'Hara. Yeah, and they're sort of all mixing in individually. And I've seen the Steve Martin doco as well. That's really good. And touches on he's sort of reprise from life because he sort of went in semi-retirement and just started with and sort of with Martin Short went back to entertainment, especially with Only Murders in the podcast. And how that's gratification. I don't know that much about Martin Short. I know Second City sort of roughly stuff, and that'll be cool to watch because then you got Sean Levy as well part of it, and I think it will be a tearjerker because there are some stuff in his life that I stumbled upon after watching it. It's like, algorithm says, you like you like this thing. Here's essentially a rundown of his life. It's like no, and then I caught one thing. It's like, that's sad. so yeah, it definitely is going to be a tissues at the ready sort of doco, and also fun as well because Jiminy Glick is hilarious. And I think which one was it? One of the Jimmys, Jimmy Fallon, I think, was doing a hiatus sort of thing, and then he had guest hosts do it, and one of them was Martin Short, and he actually reprised his role as Jimmy Glick, like doing different things, and and the one that he did was with Bill Hader, and that was a fun watch because Bill is a notorious giggler, and it was non-stop laughing from him. If you haven't seen some of his interviews with other people, with Jiminy Glick and actors, I would really suggest them. And like the one that he had with Larry David is hilarious because Larry is sort of like doing the bit of being pissed off, but you can sort of see in his eyes he's having so much fun. So just yelling at him, it's like, "You're fat, stop it!" Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. So I do recommend
That's
them
good.
just for a palate cleanser if this doco is a bit too heavy, which I would suggest. And I can't wait to see Martin's Place. Jokes coming free.
That is a
Three Amigos.
great recommendation, Mike. I love that. Very good.
Oh, sorry, shit. Yeah, when is it coming out? I said it twice for a joke and I forgot.
Marty, Life is Short is going to be on Netflix very soon. It looks to be dropping on the 12th of May.
Let it be.
I guess
Get
I'm going to
around it.
have to purchase another month of Netflix, it seems.
They're drawing you back in for you.
Or you can just watch it from something that's fallen off the back of a truck, that sort of thing.
Where's my straw hat crew?
Yeah.
That's
bum,
great.
bum, 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 bum.
Yep.
Nice. All right. One more trailer to talk about. And it is definitely a complete 180 from what we just talked about. This is the first trailer for the upcoming film adaptation called Verity, starring Anne Hathaway, Dakota Johnson, and Josh Hartnett. this intrigues me a lot. It's definitely up my alley in terms of psychological thriller sort of stuff. So I'll be watching it for sure. Great cast, amazing. I just gotta say, I love that Anne Hathaway is having such a moment this year. Like, Devil Wears Prada 2 just came out. She's about to be also in an A24 movie called Mother Mary that also looks right up my alley. And now she's got this coming, and this is like based on a very popular book apparently by Colleen Hoover, which is sitting on my bookshelf. I haven't read it. It was gifted to me a few years ago.
Still in the plastic.
And it's still in the plastic. I'm really bad when people buy me books. I take forever to read them. Even if you lend me a book and you need it back by a certain time, I will give you back the book without reading it. I'm so bad. I will fully go on record and say, don't lend me books. Buy me books, please. I will eventually read them. Just don't lend them to me. But anyway, I do plan...
Sorry, you have a lot of uneven furniture that you need books for the legs.
Yeah, basically. They're paperweights. Get it? Anyway.
Weighted paper.
Weighted paper. Yes. But no, I definitely am interested in reading this book now. Like more than I was before after seeing this teaser trailer. Really, really creepy. And Anne Hathaway being creepy, and I'm here for it. Dakota Johnson's also great. She's always good. And yeah, Josh Hartnett's also kind of had a recent resurgence with the M. Night Shyamalan movie he did called Trap. That was pretty good. Yeah, what else was he in? He was in Oppenheimer as well a couple of years ago too. So yeah. The one thing I will say for this teaser trailer, it doesn't tell you anything of what the story is. And I think that's a good thing in terms of it being a teaser trailer, because that's what we kind of often seem to like about teasers for films, is it doesn't give away anything. However, I feel like this movie, like, because I know what it's about, having looked it up, but the trailer doesn't really show you any of that aspect. So this is the IMDb synopsis summary. Lowen Ashley, played by Dakota Johnson, gets hired by Jeremy Crawford, Josh Hartnett, to ghostwrite novels for his best-selling author wife Verity, Anne Hathaway, who's unable to finish after an accident. Lowen uncovers Verity's disturbing truths while residing at the Crawfords' home to work. So that's the plot. None of that is featured at all in this trailer, and it almost feels like a completely different movie for me anyway. I don't know. But the fact that there's a writing angle in there also has me really interested too, being a writer myself. So, yeah, I will be watching this. Someone that probably won't watch this, I think, is Fulya. And, but hey, we saw a horror movie during the week. Who knows? Anything's possible. We're living in a free world of film for Fulya.
And it's Anne Hathaway, the Princess Diaries, she's great.
She's so good.
She's grown up a lot since then.
She has. She certainly has. What did you think of this trailer, Fulya?
Yeah, for a second, I thought it was gonna be this, like romantic drama, the way that it sort of started, but then it turned real creepy real quick, and I'm like, I don't know about this movie. I don't particularly like being that creeped out. Exit 8 was one thing. I knew what to expect with that. This, I have no idea. Probably not for me. I'm probably not going to watch this one. I think it's just a little too on the... It's too thriller. It's too much. It's gonna get into my head too much, and I'm no. Hence the psychological part of it.
Out, spirits, out.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah. Let's. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's probably not for me.
No, that's absolutely fine. absolutely fine. Thank you, as always, for your honest and humble opinion. I do appreciate it. Mike, what did you think of this trailer for Verity?
Creepy. And wasn't sure where it was going. Just watching it, it's like, oh, it's romantic comedy. Or just romance in general. And then, no, I just went on the creep factor. I was like, oh, Anne Hathaway's here. What? She's got blood. It's like, what? And after hearing what you said about the rough synopsis of what's going to happen, yeah, I can sort of see that. The Ghost Rider sort of having more of a relationship with the husband than most. Maybe it's in her head. I don't know. Psychological thriller. So, yeah. It's like, is she okay? It's like, oh, she's a vegetable now. But how much of a vegetable is she? Or is she lying? And yeah, it's it feels. Yeah, I'll probably need another trailer just to cement like the story. I think a teaser, this teaser sort of does its job of setting up like the sort of tone that it's going to be. But I think the story trailer will probably help of going down what it is that it is. Because I probably need a little bit more. But at the moment, yeah, I don't know. I got anime to watch now, or creepy anime, because I love Japanese horror. It's just creepy as hell. I love it. Do you have any recommendations for creepy horror anime, Fulya?
Probably not.
Oh, okay. I thought you being anime queen.
Aside from, I mean, I haven't watched them, but maybe Death Note.
Yeah.
It's an old one, but
I've seen like I think I've seen like a couple of episodes and I sort of get the premise. I was like, oh yeah, all right, deal with the devil sort of thing.
Seems like Kendall might have had a recommendation.
Ghost in the Shell. It's got ghosts in it.
Well, Mike, I was gonna say, if you want like horror anime stuff, I really liked the Junji Ito Maniac series on Netflix.
Oh.
They did one season where they adapted his manga, which is like really fucking creepy horror stuff, like true, like proper Japanese, like scary shit, weird stuff. And some of it's not as scary as other stuff, but like it was a really interesting collection of stories. That definitely freaked me out. Some of them more than others. But I recommend, if you want some Japanese horror anime to watch, yeah, Junji Ito Maniac. It's on Netflix.
Ito Maniac.
Yeah, do it.
Ito Maniac. When is it coming out?
Verity will be in cinemas later this year on the 1st of October.
Ooh, spooky season. I like it.
Yeah, just in time for Halloween.
Halloweens.
Okay. Guess what?
Oh yes.
That's trailer park time done, which means it's time
for
the moment, the segment, the section, the wibbly, the wobbly, the timey, the wimey. It's time for
dueling sonic screwdrivers. Talking
who?
A talking who? Hey, the TARDIS Doctor Who.
Yes. We're talking who? For popcorn culture once again. Today we're going to be discussing our thoughts on Series 7, Episode 12, The Crimson Horror. Speaking of horror.
Crimson.
Spooky. Okay. Overall thoughts. I didn't like this episode, and I don't plan on rewatching it. This is probably the worst one I've seen for a while. Of Doctor Who. It didn't work for me. I have a lot of issues with it, with some of the writing mostly, which is a shame considering it's a Mark Gatiss script, and you know, not to say that he's like the top tier Doctor Who writer of this era, but like he's you know, he's not a bad writer by any stretch, and I have enjoyed other episodes that he did. Like he wrote Cold War, right? Was that correct?
Yeah.
He wrote that one. I really enjoyed that episode. I thought that was really good. This one just, I don't know. It felt like a mismatch of different ideas and different things, and like, you know, we start with you know, Madame Vestra and Strax and Jenny, and like that's all fine, and then the Doctor comes in, and then it just, I don't know, and everything was just really easily sorted and wrapped up, and I didn't like the villains at all, really. Like I don't have all bad things to say. I do have some positives amongst all this complaining I'm doing, but yeah, there's just a lot of it didn't work for my money. I did enjoy the performances, like the cast were great. It was really cool to see the late Diana Rigg here playing the main antagonist, Mrs. Gillyflower. That was great. Didn't recognize her, and then I saw her name in the credits. I was like, how did I not clock that was, you know, Mother Tyrell herself from A Game of Thrones? Yeah, fantastic actress. Yeah, she was good. Like the performances were great, and it was really cool to see Vestra, Strax, and Jenny again, because we haven't seen them since the beginning of the first season, and the beginning of this season is what I meant to say. And you know, and how we got to kind of use them to readdress the Clara problem. That's you know, we're back to square one on after last week. So yeah, so I don't know. I'm really curious to see what you guys think, if this is how I'm feeling about this episode. But Fulya, tell us your thoughts. What did you think of the Crimson Horror?
Yeah, not the greatest episode. Bit weird in the way that it kind of went about the story. Creepy with the red sort of painted skins, and just looking very horrified, I guess, because that's most of the like
petrified.
Petrified, yeah, that's probably a better word. And then the whole idea of the fact that a picture of the last person or the last thing that the person sees before they die is like in their reflection of their eye, and it sort of sticks. So that's a kind of interesting concept, and when the way that they went about it, looking into it and all that sort of stuff, and then finding out, oh my gosh, it's the Doctor. But yeah, it was a bit of a strange one. It was nice to see some returning characters, of course. Strax is always fun to have him come in and trying to be diabolical, but not allowed to. Trying to I'll go over here and play with my bombs. And yeah, it was really cool to see those characters come back, but it wasn't that not really that gripping, to be honest. And it sort of went through. It almost felt very quick, you know, like in the way that it's paced with the story. It's like went from one thing to the next to the next to the next, and it just kept going until it was the end. And I was like, oh, okay, it's finished. So yeah, it was interesting, but not the greatest episode is all I'll say.
Yeah, no, that's fair. All right, well, okay, I don't feel so crazy now. This is good. But now I'm excited to hear what Mike thinks, given that you know, he is our biggest Whovian of the three. How does this episode work for you? And like on the rewatch, what do you make of it? Do you enjoy it at all?
It's absolutely forgettable.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
It's it doesn't really hold much weight when it comes to story, unfortunately, because I think there's a lot of story beats within it, but they didn't really explore too much with it, and it just turned into a big mess. And the only thing that when I was watching it for the umpteenth time, it's like and I'm thinking to myself, I don't really remember what actually happens in this story, and then up to a certain point when they're talking about Mr. Sweet, I thought, yeah, this is about the this is about the parasite, and and it's like, yeah, that visual is gross, but everything else sort of like fell beyond the wayside, and the reuse of Madame Vestra and Jenny and Drax. This is when I sort of like turned off for them. It's like they're an interesting trio, and it would be great to actually see more of them do something like this. And it didn't really add much to it. It could have been good if it was just a story about them, and then all of a sudden the Doctor. Like it happens here. Like the Doctor doesn't turn up until like 20 minutes in, and it's like,
I was gonna say they could have their own little spin-off show, and I feel like it'd be more fun.
I think that was sort of like the idea, like originally, but
probably didn't stick.
It probably didn't stick because of something like this. But they do turn up again. Well, spoilers, sorry, but they do turn up like. The continuation, and like Drax, this is sort of like the episode that I thought, why are you doing this to Sontarans? I know they're tiny, stupid things, but he's
potato heads.
He's really stupid. They're supposed to be a cunning warrior race. That are basically the stupidity of fascism, but of their pure they're the pure race, and they're up against the Carlids they just make him as a couple of dumb jokes. And it's like, well, it doesn't really add anything to the character. It's just like, yes, He likes wrongfully regendering other people because he can't tell the difference. That's a decent joke, I guess, after the first couple of times, and then just the god awful Tom joke that doesn't work anymore. It just ages. The entire thing bad. I mean, it was cringe when it came out, but so many years have passed. It's just no.
That's what I mean. Like, there's shit inserted in this episode that kind of makes no sense. Like, it felt like they had nothing for Strax to do, so they have him go off to the fucking side, and he meets a fucking kid who, for some reason, is precursor to GPS, and he's called Thomas. Like, fucking
Thomas, and he tells you the direction. It's like, yeah, this is when the cracks are sort of starting to appear of Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat, and they're also doing Sherlock at the same time.
Yes, that's right.
And it's like, oh, we gotta do this thing. Because you can sort of tell that they're really enjoying doing like Sherlock, because it's sort of baked into the. You need to think ahead because it is a detective story, and what sort of fell beyond the wayside is Doctor Who, because I think I'm only speculating, but because because they think they're fans, they can say, "Oh, we can basically do whatever," and they do, and we get stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the
Makes some
best
sense.
in the series, and it's not the best episode for the 11th Doctor, and yeah, this is pretty much a I don't need to watch it, skip episode. Unfortunately, because they could have done so much, but they didn't.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I'm reading the wiki. This was the 100th episode of the new revival of Doctor Who. So, happy
Oh no.
100th?
Why? How do you do this for your milestone? Really?
I think because they weren't thinking,
Jesus.
because this was also the anniversary year of the 30th
Yeah.
anniversary.
They clearly weren't thinking about it.
So what they were doing was sort of like speed running to the anniversary special, and they're just putting blix blocks to actually get there. And I was like, oh, we need more episodes. Mark, you're doing Cold War. You can also do this one as well. We've got the sets for the snowmen, so we can so. Yeah, it's sort of stick, block, stick, and it didn't really make sense. And also, yeah, the ending of and the premise doesn't really make sense as well. And that's the thing. There's no. I mean, awesome bad guy, campy as hell. I love McCamp, but you know, the joke about the wrong hands is like, you see these are the wrong hands.
Oh.
Yay!
I fucking guffawed at that. I was like, are you fucking for real? Am I? Are you making Dame Diana Rigg say this shitty dialogue?
Yes.
What? Oh, God. I love
the
Dr.
Avenger
Who.
herself.
Damn. Yes, the original Avenger. Okay. Let's I know we've said a lot already. But let's go in a bit and maybe look at some things about the episode we enjoyed, and then maybe we'll finish up with the complaints. Yes. Well, yeah, let's talk about the trio of Vastra, Jenny, and Strax. I agree with Fulya. I reckon they could have had their own episode, or Mike said the same thing. One of you guys said it. Could have definitely. It could have. The whole episode, I think, would have worked better for me if it had been them, because if the Doctor's in peril and you've got to save the Doctor, like, I feel like they've done that before, but not like this exactly, maybe. So, like, you could just. That would make it more compelling in terms of how they're going to get out of this, because, like, everything just felt really conveniently achieved along the way. So I feel like that would make it more engaging in terms of how the fuck, like, they don't have the Doctor, they don't have the Sonic, they don't have the TARDIS, they got nada. They don't even have Clara. Like, how are they going to figure this out? So that early part of the episode I found really interesting. I was kind of waiting for when the Doctor was going to show up a little bit, but then I was like, okay, no, this is fine. We're locked in. The Doctor's trapped somewhere. We don't know where. And yeah, I just really like these characters. Like, aside from what Mike pointed out about Strax being just, brought down to just strictly comic relief, and that's it. That was a bit disappointing. But, like, I love Vastra and Jenny. I kind of wanted a bit more. Like, I feel like we got a better glimpse of them at the beginning of Series 7. The last time we were in this era with them, when we met the Clara from that time. Yeah. But and I also find it interesting that, like, I love that Vastra wears this veil and she looks great. She looks awesome. I really like her a lot. But I don't I can't, this is one thing I hate in, like, science fiction and horror stuff, when someone is clearly not a human underneath something like this, and us as the audience can see that. It's not just that we know. You can see through this veil that she has green skin and scales. And then like the fact that when she lifts up the veil and it's the first time that that guy faints, which that recurring gag of him fainting was a little funny. A little funny. I say a little. Power of three. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I was just like, why are you fainting? Can't you? I know in World it's supposed to, the veil kind of works like Clark Kent's glasses, it seems, but I don't know. That just kind of lost me a little bit. It was cool to see Jenny going undercover, and being badass and kicking ass in her awesome outfit. But then just her navigating through the Sweetville society, trying to figure out what's happening, what's the Crimson Horror, where's the Doctor, what's happened, what's going on. I'm glad she didn't end up getting like captured and put through the purification process or whatever it was, because that would have been too much, I think. So I'm really glad that the red goop. I'm glad she was Crimson. I'm glad she was able to help save the Doctor.
Holds her own.
So that was cool. Until and and then the Doctor just comes back and everything just falls into place. They kind of all get left behind, I think, a bit. I don't think the story knew what to do with them after the Doctor came back. Like I said before, with Strax having his side quest with the Thomas thing. I mean, he gets the cool moment at the end where he gets to shoot Gillyflower from the top of the tower. Like that was kind of funny because he gets to do his Sontaran War thing. Sontar ha! That whole cry was cool to hear that. But yeah, he doesn't really get to do much else, and yeah, the others kind of get left in the back seat with just the kind of thing of, tell us who Clara is, tell us this story. Instead of just saying it's complicated. Yeah, no, we're not going to reveal anything. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I wanted more from them. I enjoyed seeing them again. I would have liked a little bit more. Fulya, do you have any other thoughts on Madame Vastra, Jenny, and Strax in this episode?
Yeah, look, it was nice to kind of start off the episode with those three, something a bit different, not the usual, all right, here's the Doctor, here's the companion, they're having it's something bad's happening or something good's happening. So in this instance, it's completely different characters. So it was kind of nice to sort of see that as an opening. And then find out that they're kind of undercover trying to find out what the heck's going on. What is this Sweetsville? Who is Mr. Sweets? We need to find a way to infiltrate this place and just figure things out. It was really nice in that sense. But then the moment that Jenny ends up finding the Doctor being held captive, I guess, that was the point where I thought, all right, she's found him, probably going to help him escape, and then they're going to figure out how to unredify him.
Sure.
Or, reverse the poison because it's a poison.
Totally inconvenient.
Barely an inconvenience.
Yes. So I kind of, as soon as that happened, I was like, all right, I think I know where this is going. He's going to end up being his normal self again within the next couple minutes. And then I was right.
Happy-go-lucky, crazy.
Yeah.
And kisses Jenny.
Yeah. But I will applaud Matt Smith for his acting of being in that state to begin with.
Yes.
The fact that he's like, it's almost like this poison has stiffened up his muscles and like just everything in his body, and he's having a hard time walking and he can't talk. He's kind of, like you said, he's petrified but still alive. and with the mouth, like the jaw can't close, so he can barely talk. So yeah, that was pretty good performance on his behalf, in that sense. But yeah, the three of those, yeah, I think from that point on, it was just okay. They're just part of the story. They're just part of. They're another.
They're in the background.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't really get to see them as much after that. It was just mostly the Doctor. And then it was find Clara. Okay, we found Clara. All right, now let's get to the main task at hand. And then the other three just ended up, like you said, in the background. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Indeed. Mike, do you have any additional thoughts on this heroic trio that perhaps deserved more?
Yeah. If you want more, there's also they also reprise their roles in Big Finish, so you can actually listen to
cool.
some of their stories. They're based for them and nothing to do with the Doctor. So there's always that.
There you go.
Yeah, and they say it's a lot easier doing the voice instead of like 4 hours of makeup for two of them. Yeah. Definitely want more for them to do, especially Drax. I mean, being a butler, it's like, well, he could be a cool butler. Yeah, I can't really add too much. I think we all said it. It's I think with the story of having something like what was it called? Sweet Valley, Sweetville. If they like delve more into that of these people trying to make a utopia sort of aspect of only having important people and beautiful people being part of this offshoot, and this is sort of this Jonestown sort of area.
That was one thing that I didn't understand, and I'm pretty sure we'll probably touch on it a little bit more later. But the whole concept of this town of only the perfect people get to live in this town, but then they're not really living; they're just turned into mannequins, I guess. And then we didn't get much. Yeah, and then we didn't get much else after that.
Yeah, it's basically purity and all the riffraff they turn into like crimson blah, and
Crimson Horror.
Yeah, so the rejects get poisoned.
Yeah, survival of the fittest, but it's eugenics. It's everything. You know, it's every crazy nut always wants to think I'll make a utopia and it's only just for me and the boys. If you're thinking of Henry Ford doing like these sort of towns that are only for industrial sort of thing, where people can live there, people can work there, and all the houses are all built for them, so the indentured servitude. Even Walt Disney did some with like Epcot. They tried to do like this sort of futuristic like town. It's always that sort of thing. Like this rich guy thinks I'll be the savior of humanity. I mean, even Musk has something similar. It's like, yes, we'll go to Mars and we'll make a colony on Mars, and it'll be the utopia and only the important people there. And yeah, so if they did just hone their sort of ideas to that would probably work. But it's just too much and not enough thinking about it, and just need more of these people because they're a very interesting duo, especially when it comes to like Doctor Who. It's like originally like Sontarans and Silurians are always deemed as the bad guy, and sort of turn a new leaf, and they just, I don't know, they just lost the opportunity. And that's why I was sort of praising Chris Chibnall when he reintroduced Sontarans, back to what they were. It's like, yes, he knows Doctor Who, even though his execution is much to be desired. Anyway, yeah, and probably a little less when the Doctor gets re-crimsified, turns into himself. Maybe a little bit less, sexual assault in a way. He knows Jenny's gay, right?
Yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up. Like, she slaps him, and I'm like, cool. I'm not addressing it.
Justified.
Yeah. Oh, it's justified. Yeah. And it's stupid because Mark Gatiss is a gay man too. So, like, what's that about? Anyway, I'm not getting into it.
True.
We will get into the antagonist, plural, of this episode. Of course, we have the threat of the Crimson Horror. We have the parasite, Mr. Sweet, and Mrs. Gillyflower and her daughter Ava.
Played by real life daughter. If you didn't know.
Actually.
Yeah.
Well,
Rachel Sterling.
Rachel Sterling is actually Mrs. Riggs' actual daughter.
Oh, I love that. That's really good. That's really.
I was wondering why their profile pictures on IMDb looked quite similar.
I did not clock that at all.
That's good casting there.
Very good casting, yes. Yes, so for me, Ava, I think, was one of the more interesting aspects of this episode. I really enjoyed her performance. And like the fact that for most of the episode, we kind of think that, she was blinded purposefully by her dad, and that shame that kind of came from that. And but you also kind of get that vibe that her mum's using her, because when Jenny goes to see the presentation of, Sweetville, and the sort of doctrine of Mrs. Gillyflower and Mr. Sweet, and then Ava is sort of presented as this like freak, but also just used in a way that's, you can tell there's something kind of going on a bit shady here. So then when at the end of the episode we find out that it was actually her mum that caused her blindness through experimentation with the poison. I wasn't entirely surprised, I'll say that. But it really added a nice element of tragedy to her story, especially because we get that really heartbreaking scene when Mrs. Gillyflower walks in on Ava after she's like grieving the fact that the monster, the Doctor, has gotten away, and she's really upset. And then her mum basically reveals her true feelings and is like, "No, you're not going to live in Sweetville. You don't get to. You're a freak. You belong in the darkness," and all this stuff. And I was just really glad the way that her story kind of developed into, at the end, her standing up to her mum. And then the last words she says to her before she dies is, I'm never going to forgive you. I just thought that was really good. So I really enjoyed her. Like, she was definitely the most interesting character for me in the whole thing. And I kind of enjoyed the weird relationship she had with the Doctor. Like, even when she found out that he wasn't a monster, because he was back to normal, he'd reverted back to normal. She still, because she couldn't see, she could only hear him. Like, she still referred to him as her monster. But I kind of still liked that. I don't know. I just found her really oddly endearing in that sense. Mrs. Gillyflower, on the other hand, very much a mustache twirly villain, if I do say so myself. We love Diana Rigg, but she did not have a whole bunch to work with. Did you mention Jonestown, Mike? Was that you that said that? Because it definitely does have that vibe of, like, come and join our utopia cult leader sort of thing. I know the best religion, and if you join me, then you will live forever in eternal bliss. yeah, but like still interesting. Like for a character like this to exist in this time in Victorian Yorkshire, not Victorian London, was really interesting, and the way that she was sort of taken over by this parasite that had evolved through time, and attached itself to her in order to you basically just use her to take over the planet and wipe everybody out. But yeah, she had some terrible dialogue. um, there was no redeeming qualities in her at all. And yeah, and the fact that her plan was just to destroy everybody. It was I would have liked a like I know Doctor Who doesn't really do too much explaining of everything, and not that every show should, but it would have been nice to kind of find out a bit of backstory on, was Mrs. Gillyflower always like this? Was she always just a bitch? Or did the parasite make her this way? Like, or just a bit more exposition on, what the end goal is, what the plan is, and the Crimson Horror stuff. Like Mr. Sweet it sounded like when they were talking about him, and like, Ava, they're at dinner and Ava's like, will Mr. Sweet be joining us for dinner? And the camera shows you this little chair and you're like, what is this? And I feel like, the chair's just symbolically there because Ava doesn't know what Mr. Sweet is, I think. At least that's what I took away from it. But yeah, I don't know. And then like the whole Crimson Horror thing it kind of didn't work for me, especially especially because the reveal of, like, because at the beginning of the episode we're following these two characters we don't know. They're basically red shirts, this couple that get put through the process, and the guy dies, and then we see his body in the morgue being identified, and they pull back the sheet, and then he just looks like he's got really bad sunburn and this like terrified look on his face that just didn't work for me. And I'm like, I know it's Doctor Who and I know it's campy and cheesy, but I laughed out loud. I couldn't. I'm sorry, you're not selling me at all on this thing. But I liked it to Fulya's point, though. I will say I did like Matt Smith's take on being affected by it. And the fact that he wasn't killed by it because obviously his Gallifreyan DNA was in the mix, and he wasn't turned into a mannequin-like figure, but he was not killed by it either. But I liked how he kind of played that resistance and that petrification, if you will, that we've talked about. And just he can't form words, he can't move properly, he's moving sort of like a zombie. Like, I think, yeah, Matt Smith always does really well with what he's given. Like, he sells everything he's given, and he does a great job. And so, yeah, I will say he's probably the one aspect of the Crimson Horror that I liked was that. But yeah, I'm curious, Fulya, do you have any thoughts on the Crimson Horror, Mr. Sweet, Mrs. Gillyflower, and Ava? What did you make of all them?
Yeah, they were characters in the show.
They were characters in the show.
Yeah,
I should not have taken a sip of water.
They were characters. They had like a dialogue.
They had dialogue.
They had a dialogue between themselves.
Damn.
No, look. Yeah, look. Ada was. I suppose it's one of those things where you kind of feel sorry for Ada, and seeing the way that Mrs. Gillyflower was essentially treating her. And
I was calling her Ava the whole time.
Ava.
Ada. Her name is
Ada.
Ada. Sorry. So sorry, everyone. Ada. Anyway,
Yes.
go on, Fulya. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, just seeing how Mrs. Gillyflower was kind of treating her and kind of like a piece of shit almost by the end of it. And I don't know. I'm not sure that I was a huge fan of Mrs. Gillyflower. Not because she was a villain, but I think just in terms of the way that her character was written, maybe. It just seemed very one note, and there wasn't really much going on with her at all. It was she had an end goal. She wanted to make sure she reached that end goal. That was it. Nothing else really. Ada, I felt sorry for the fact that she got blinded in the face, and like just like all this scarring on her face as well. Definitely made me feel sorry for her. But then at the same time, we find out that she was the one who helped the doctor, but then kept him captive, kind of, I suppose, if that's the way that she ended up saving him. But is like, you're my secret monster. And like, what, you're not going to be able to help him turn back or something? Like, it seemed wrong in the way that she was helping him, I guess. I don't even know how else to really describe it. But yes.
Sorry. She's like her mum, so she likes to keep pretty things locked up. Apple don't fall too far from the tree. And she probably doesn't even know what it is.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth. It's like, you feel like a man, but you go,
Yeah.
Very, Frankenstein's monster.
Very much so. But yeah, I don't really have much else to really say about them. So yeah.
They're just characters.
They're just characters.
They are. Loads of characters.
They're just characters. Okay. Let's pass over to Mike then.
Yes.
Yep. Sorry, you guys stopped moving, and I actually thought my internet had crashed. So.
While I talk, I'll move.
Apologies.
I'm moving around.
Mike, what did you make of the antagonists of this episode? How did they all work for you?
Their campiness, especially with Miss Wallflower, it would be good if it was a different thing. Like, it didn't really quite match what they were trying to achieve. Like, at the start, she was like this sort of semi-serious character trying to, search for like we were talking about the utopia. So she sees the badness, and it's like that's her perspective of like holier than thou. It's like keeping things, and then she sort of turns mad by the end, and there's no real definitive turn when it comes to that. And then we realize, oh, she's got a parasite sucking on her chest, doing something, being gross. I mean, beautiful image, but it didn't really match the rest of the show. It's like, just a lot of imagery just clashing with each other. I could sort of see like three sort of stories you can sort of take from this and turn them into their own thing, but like especially with the monster in the closet sort of thing, and the industrial town being made, and how that would be a sinister thing of trying to find out what's happening over there, and then all of a sudden it's basically the ending is a rocket ship. No. it's just a lot of ideas, and it doesn't really mesh well. And yeah, and for some strange reason, when it was all said and done, the episode was running short, so they had to add stuff at the end.
Oh.
Hence why they were doing like their little talk about at the end with the TARDIS sort of thing.
Oh.
So that was sort of like, oh, we're running low. We need more stuff to put on, which is weird because there was a lot of stuff in there. So it's a weird episode, and yeah, and they were fun. It was a fun villain, but
Yeah.
it didn't really match the rest of the episode, so marks off for that.
Yes.
They were characters.
Yes. They were characters. They were characters.
In the dialogue.
Yeah, I just kind of to start wrapping things up. I just wanted to like sort of, because I've said it a couple of times, but I wonder if you guys agree. Do you think there were a lot of plot conveniences in this episode?
The Doctor turning back? Yes.
Yes, that was one I have in my list. Yeah, I literally have. So the Doctor was fixed really easily. So was Clara.
Same machine.
This can, and then yeah, same machine. And then in the finale, like the finale was like the fact that everything kind of led to this fucking mishmash of nonsense at the end was just beyond me. So there's the whole scene. We get the whole scene where, you know, Mrs. Gillyflower gets to twirl her mustache the most and, you know, open her dress to show off the parasite. Look at what I've got. Isn't it
Look
nice?
what's sucking on my breast.
Yes. Yes.
Mother's milk.
And then, you know, we see that she's, you know, revealed the controls to the rocket, and we find out, as you just said before, Mike, what the plan was. And then we get this really just weird thing where, like, you know, the Doctor gets the screwdriver out and Clara's like, no, I'm going to use a chair.
I
Fuck
go
this.
chair.
And then
Smash.
bam, smash. And then it just destroys everything so easily. I'm like, okay.
And it does nothing.
What? But then, yeah, it doesn't, because then when we get into the rocket tower, there's a secondary control panel that Mrs. Gillyflower just uses to launch the rocket.
Yeah.
And then conveniently we see that, oh yeah, remember Madame Vestra and Jenny? Oh, they're back. And they've saved the day by taking off the poison from the rocket somehow off screen with no anything.
That's what they were doing.
That's what they were doing this whole time. So that was stupid.
And then the rocket blasts off while they're still in the blast off zone. And
yeah, and nobody gets injured or killed. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a rocket surgeon. I'm not
a rocket surgeon.
I'm not a rocket surgeon, but even I call bullshit on that. I'm going to Neil deGrasse Tyson was like, they will be dead.
Yes. Absolutely. Incinerated. And then the other thing was, you know, before we get to that point, when, you know, Ada, I said her name right. Ada comes in. Ada comes in and tells her mum to get stuffed, basically. But then mum turns around and is like, I've got a gun. Because I just do for some reason. And she holds Ada hostage, and the Doctor's like, no, Clara, we can't follow. We must not do that, because if we do, then Mrs. Gillyflower
Then end up following them anyway, but from a different direction.
Yep.
This is the best.
What?
This is the best Doctor Who West.
The fuck? Yeah, I was just like, wait, why? Okay, yeah, we're going out the window. That's fine. But then we end up in the tower, and then I was like, and then they're there, and I just, okay.
Stick,
What?
stick,
Sure.
block, stick, stick, stick.
It's just, yeah. So I just hated all of this, just bad writing, bad editing, bad direction. I don't know. It's just so many problems in this episode. And I hate criticizing it so much because I do enjoy the show, obviously.
All that said and done, what you just said, that makes you a true fan.
Yes.
Yeah, you
You're
said
one of us now.
yeah, I remember you said that last time I complained about a Doctor Who thing. So I was like, wait, that breaks this and blah blah blah, but I still love it. And then you're a fan.
Welcome to the fan.
Welcome to the fandom. Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like the climax, like the ending of the episode, like the only cool, I mean, actually not even that. Like the fact that we end with, the Doctor saying goodbye to everybody. Like I love that sweet scene he has with Ada in the end. That was nice. Then everything else around it sucks because you just get this really half-assed conclusion between the Doctor and the trio of heroes, where like Jenny's like, "But tell us about Clara. What happened to Clara? What is she?"
She's supposed to be dead.
We don't get anything, and and that's fine because obviously we're about to explore that before the end of the season, I'm sure. Yeah, and then everything's just wrapped up, and then we get back, and then somehow fucking the kids she looks after have figured out she's a time traveler, and I'm like, okay, sure, let's just conveniently speed the plot up, I guess. I don't know,
because we need some connection to next week's episode.
We do. Yeah. Anyway, that's my rant. I don't have anything else left in the tank. Fulya, do you have any thoughts on the plot conveniences and how they made you feel, or do you disagree, or just any final thoughts so we can wrap this one up? What do you reckon?
Yeah, look, it was a bit, it's just a lot of, like you said, and we've already mentioned, a lot of convenient plot points and just really weird ways of trying to wrap up this particular episode and it like to conclude the story, and all of a sudden, oh yes, all right, we've done it, we got the poison out. It was just like not the greatest. I'm just like watching this episode thinking, okay, I don't know how well that would have worked out if it was if they did it another way. I mean, I don't know, like I think we pretty much touched on everything. I don't really have to repeat it. So,
okay.
Yeah.
We agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mike, take us home. Final thoughts from you.
Yeah, I think we all said and done. There was one mention when they land and they're meant to be in Victorian England in London, but they turn out to be in Yorkshire. And the Doctor mentions as like the TARDIS always has a bit of a problem landing where it intentions, and well, yeah, that's because it's got Surtec on it, so still in hand. But he does mention it took the TARDIS a long time to actually get an Australian to Heathrow Airport. That's a reference to Tegan.
Of course. I forgot to ask about that, so thank you for bringing that up.
That's all right. I was like, haha, Tegan Shrivenka. Yeah, trying to get to he says gobby Australian, which means something different here. Anyway, it
really does. It was a weird choice of words.
Yeah. But he does say trouble at mill. I love that. Anyway, inside joke. Got a trouble at mill. Anything else? I think, that's it. And then we got a Cybermen story next week. Yay!
Yes.
With a special
and
guest
I
star.
just remembered how much I actually enjoyed that episode. That's actually it's a really good episode. I think probably one of my favorites of Matt Smith's era. Yeah.
I did.
Yes.
I think memory serves. I think I liked it too because it was sort of a refreshing of the Cybermen, and it's like, I kind of like it.
And I don't know what it is, but I feel like, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this, but the Cybermen are my favorite villains of the Doctor Who universe.
Nice.
I don't know what it is. It's so weird, but I like them.
They're shiny boys.
Shiny.
But they're so
shiny
like
boys.
so fucked up. But you know.
Shiny boys.
Yeah. The way
Shiny
they
boys,
turn you
Cyberman,
into a Cyberman.
senpai. Anyway. Oh, senpai. Anyway.
And on that note,
Mm.
that's it. That's Talking Who. That's Popcorn
That's it.
Culture.
Yep.
Our
Yes.
thoughts on Series 7, Episode 12, The Crimson Terror. Sorry, Crimson Horror. Not as great as we were hoping for, but hey, it's all uphill from here, I'm sure.
What is it? Crimson
Sorry.
Peak? Where's...
Don't you dare say a bad word about that. John.
I didn't say anything.
Good.
I would never sabotage our friendship. Internally. Intentionally. Not intentionally.
Intentionally.
Words.
Words. All right, that'll do it for the show. We're all done and wrapped up. Time to get out of here. 1, 2, 3,
And
that
that
was a
was a podcast called Fred. Bang.
Oh, remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky for the latest Fred content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head on over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. If you're watching the video right now, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future streams. And if you're somehow over on Twitch watching us live or watching the VOD, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch, and give us a follow over there too.
Yes.
Yes, all of the things, please and thank you. I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya Kantarmaji.
And I've been the man who needs it desperately for a haircut, a Michael Lister. It's all woolly.
And
You just experienced a podcast called Fred. And then we can fawn over whoever.
Anyway, make sure to come to yourself when you went to
And scene.